that same midfield three, if Monday Barron and Tom Lawrence is the midfield three for the game at Celtic Park at the start of next month, they'll get steamrolled. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and listen, it's not as if they've got loads of guys to come back. Get Nico Raskin injured. Not sure when he's back, but that's it. No, we touched on it at the start of in the summer about the midfield. I says he was getting into these games with three midfielders. Kieran Dowell been another one who's clearly no up to it in terms of what Rangers need. And you're right. I mean, you go to say, you think about how far behind Rangers look compared to Celtic. Honestly, I think it's frightening. And I look at that Celtic squad. And just looking at the midfield, I mean, you could argue Celtic get three best midfielders.
Yeah, all right.
O'Reilly, Hatate,
I think we get much of a fight.
And that, for a Rangers team, I don't know. That's no good enough.
Just before you ask that, I'll say this now. I think Rangers will be doing well if they come away from that first derby of the season 5 points behind. I think the lead, the Celtics lead, could be greater than that after that game. I'm not sure that this Rangers team look as if they're going to rattle off a bunch of wins before they go into that game.
They've only got one game, Ross County at home.
Right, okay.
So.
Oh well, I'll take that back.
Ross County, I got your hand into one.
Well, look, I know.
Listen,
I wouldn't rule that out either. I seriously. That Rangers team looks like it could drop at any time.
But he's right in one sense, right? The very minimum, it's impossible to see Rangers going and winning at Celtic as things stand at the moment. So it's a 5-point lead by the end of the first month.
Even
this feeds back into what I'm saying about Clement's comments about we'll be fine come October, November. That's not what supporters want to hear. I mean, without saying they've gave up the season, that's what it feels. That's what it feels like.
Season over,
first month of the season.
End of the first month.
They're trailing the 4 in a row champions. That there's an acceptance that Celtic are further ahead. There's an acceptance that they've got more cash behind them. Rangers are trying to bridge that gap, but there's almost this acceptance that we'll probably be 5 clear by.
In fact, the fans are right
the end of August. But listen, we'll be fine come November.
I should say.
Obviously,
social media isn't the be all and end all, but we've got plenty of comments on Clement tonight. And as I say, if you're watching, get your comments fired in. Drew McMaster, watching live on Facebook, he's written, Clement has a worse win rate than Beale and shows no signs of being a better manager. The team lacks style and his press conferences are mostly about shifting blame. Very uninspiring. And we had this one as well from Rangers Easy OK watching live on YouTube. It wasn't the fans that mentioned a rebuild. It's been the club saying it for months and they haven't delivered. Bennett has 2 weeks to find money. Otherwise, there will be protests pretty soon. And just while I'm in here, guys, I will hit you with a couple more Clement comments, if that's okay. Jim Cowan. Clement said they were the better team. They really weren't. Average team against an average team. It was never a red card, but still didn't hide how poor the players were. And Steve McAteer chimes in saying 7 wins in his last 19 games. Is that on last night's ref or Clement? So I know social media isn't the be all and end all, but certainly it feels like the kind of spotlight is definitely shifted onto Clement rather than.
It is, but again, I'll cut my wee bit of slack, Daniel, in terms of, I mentioned the state of the squad he's been left with. I also think behind the scenes, said this a few weeks ago, Rangers get into a new season where you're trailing Celtic, you're trying to topple Celtic and get a title back, and no CEO, no sporting director, no head of academy, and a stadium that's no fit to hold games. That's absolutely astonishing and